Hello everybody, welcome back to HardReset.Info channel. In today's video, I'll show you first things to do after setup on your Motorola Signature. So first, we want the internet access. So let's go over to the settings, and in those settings, go to network and internet and click on Wi-Fi. Here, we want to click got it, and as you guys can see here, we have the networks that we can choose from. So I'll choose this network right here, and now what we have to do is enter the password. So I'll see you guys in a second once I enter mine. Now let's click connect, and now we are connected to the network. So what we want to do next is make sure that we are on the latest software. So let's check for software updates and go to the homepage of the settings and scroll down until you see system updates. Here click check for updates and it will start checking it out automatically. So everything looks good for me. As you guys can see, I am using the latest software, but if you're not, then make sure to update it. You will have a button to update it. Now what you guys want to do next is simply go over and add a Google account. So we're gonna open up Play Store. Here we're gonna wait for it to update the Google apps, enter it again, and click sign in. Now here, let's enter the email. Okay, so I need to go back. And after entering the email, we have to go over and enter our password. So I'll see you guys in a second once I enter mine. Now after entering the password and our email, we want to select who will be using this device, so we can set it up for ourselves or for a child. So steps here may vary, not a bit, but first I'll choose the first option. Let's click next. And here, let's agree to the terms of service. Now we have to wait. And here we want to enable backup device data. So everything from this device will be backed up to our Google account. Let's click accept. And as you guys can see here, we can verify our purchases. I'll use the password for this one. So I'll see you guys in a second. Now after that, let's go over and click done. Here you guys can enable it or not, but I simply click no thanks. Now what are we gonna do is we're gonna click on our avatar in the top right corner and go to my apps and games. Here we have updates available, and here are all the apps that we can update. So I'll click update all and let it update in the background. And what we want to do next is set up our screen locks. So let's go over and open up the settings again. And in the settings, we want to scroll down until we see the security and privacy. Now let's dismiss this alert. And here we have the device unlock. Now we want to click set screen lock. And here we can choose swipe, pattern, pin, and password. So of course the safest one is the password, because you can combine letters and numbers and everything like underscores. And yeah, now the pattern is the most obvious one. You can easily guess a pattern or not if you're using a whole board, for an example, but it's very hard to guess a pin code. So here you guys can actually be very creative. As you guys can see, it of course must be fewer than 17. For most phones it's 16, so that's right. Now this is a pin, for an example. It's very hard to guess, but I'll choose 1 2 3 4 5 6. Make sure to not enter the same pin that I enter right now, because this pin is very unsafe and everybody can guess it. So my pin is now set. Make sure that you create a safer one. Let's click done, And here you guys can select what you want to see on your lock screen when your phone is locked. So I recommend using show sensitive content only when unlocked, because whenever someone just grabs your phone and you have the show all notifications on lock screen enabled, then they will be able to read everything somebody's texting you. But here you need to unlock your phone to see the notifications. So let's click done, and now we're gonna go to face and fingerprint unlock. Here enter the pin that we have created, and now for the face unlock all we have to do is click setup right here, and you guys can use skip lock screen. So this is what I used, and lift to unlock. So basically you're raising the phone to unlock by looking at the screen. So both of these options are good, but the second one is just less safe. So let's click next, and here we have to align our face with this camera right here, as you guys can see. So I'll quickly do that off camera and I'll get back to you. So the whole process was about 30 seconds long, even less. Now we're gonna go to fingerprint, and here click setup. We want to find the sensor, so the sensor is right here, and now we want to touch the sensor until we feel a vibration. After we feel a vibration, we need to lift our finger up and adjust its direction to something else. As you guys can see, now our fingerprint is added. We can go over and test it out. So let's lock the phone. I'm not looking at it, I'm just pressing on a finger lock. Now for the face, let's see. It went without any issues. So as you guys can see, it's pretty fast. It works instantly because we enabled the skip the home screen option, the lock screen. Now what we want to do is we want to go to theft protection. Now this will automatically detect the theft, so the device can feel whenever someone just takes their device and then just runs away with it. And if it's just you that's starting to run, you're just moving your phone awkwardly, then all you have to do to protect your phone, to get rid of that lock, is enter the password. So as you guys can see, someone abruptly takes your device and speeds away, and then your screen locks. So that's basically how it works. And yeah, we are done with it. And what are we gonna do next is set up our Google Wallet. So let's open up the Play Store, and here go to search and search for the Google Pay. Now we're gonna go to Google Wallet, click on install, and we should wait. Now let's click open. After installing it, it will automatically choose the account that we used to add it to our device. Let's click view wallet and allow Google Wallet to send us notifications. Now what we want to do is we want to go over and click the plus icon right here. We can add a payment card, transit pass, loyalty card, gift card, or even a photo, so we can scan the barcode or a QR code and add it into our wallet. So that's pretty good. Here we have loyalty programs and clubs. They are dependent on a region, so if you do not have the same ones as me, it's normal. Now we want to click on the plus, and if we want to pay, we need to click on the payment card right up top. Now this is the card that I have already saved in my wallet, but I do not have it physically with me, so I won't be able to add it. Now we want to click new credit or debit card, and here we can choose the card number, so you guys can just do that for an example, then expiry date and security code. So this is how you guys can do that basically. Now we can also go over and scan our card, so we can click scan card, and we need to just line it up with a frame. And yeah, that's how you guys can add the card. You need to have it physically with you. If you do not have it, then basically you won't be able to do that. Now what you guys want to do is simply make sure that the card is here. You will see it right up top where I have to set up my card. You will see the card right here. And after that, what you guys want to do after setting up the Google Wallet is go over to settings and in those settings go to battery. So what are we gonna do here is we're gonna make our battery settings more efficient so the battery is not wasted and its performance is good. So we're gonna make sure that our battery is lasting for a long time. And yeah, we're gonna start off with battery saver. Here we can choose the battery saver to optimize the system, or basically restrict the system functions to save battery. Here we can turn off 5G, and here we have essential apps. So essential apps are the apps that will basically not be like used, so we will be able to use those apps, but the non-essential apps are the apps that we just won't have on our maximum battery saver. So of course we can add Facebook or something, but that basically destroys the point of having the maximum battery saver. I recommend using the standard battery saver right here. And here we also have the schedule and reminders, so you guys can turn it off at 90%, so the battery saver will turn off at 90% whenever we charge it. And here we can set default battery level to make sure that our battery saver turns on. Now here we have reduce battery drain when inactive, so we want to make sure to enable that because it uses AI to optimize our battery. Now let's go to battery usage. Here it's pretty self-explanatory. You guys can see how many hours or anything your battery has been used. Battery protection is very important. You want to enable it, and here you guys can either set it to manual schedule, so as you guys can see, set a specific time to limit charging at 80%, but smart schedule is much better because AI is learning our charging pattern and whenever we use our phone, and it will charge it on the information that we gave it. Now charge boost, pretty self-explanatory. As you guys can see, when charge boost is on, your phone will optimize charging by safely boosting charging speed, and of course it may heat up our device. This is like a fast charging, but it's still very important to use it because we do not waste time on a cable and we can use our phone faster. Here we can manage background apps that are annoying, for an example. So you can click allow here, and we can always allow some apps to be in the background or just don't allow it. So we can choose, let's say, Instagram and Facebook. Now these apps aren't allowed in the background, so that's how we can save our battery. Now here we have the power sharing, so it's pretty self-explanatory. We are charging other devices with our device, so we want to make sure to disable that unless somebody really needs help, for an example, your friends or anything. Here, want to make sure that you enable slow charging notification, and adaptive battery, we want to enable that because it will limit the battery for apps that we do not use. And battery percentage, you can choose to have it on or not, but whenever you scroll to the control center, you can still see the percentage. So it's just taking the space right here in the corner, so I don't use it. And last, we have the battery info, so the full charging cycles, battery health status, and its capacity. So that's basically about it about the battery, and that's it about the phone. So I hope this video was helpful. If it was, don't leave a like, subscription, and a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.